We are making 4 classic Thanksgiving sides, just a little bit healthier. Let's get started with the green beans. You'll want to start with a couple inches of water in the bottom of your pan and get that almost boiling. I have a steamer like this basket. If you don't have one, they're easy to find at almost any store and they don't cost very much, and they fit in virtually any pan. Put your fresh green beans in and cover with a lid. You're going to cook those for about 7 minutes until they're just bright green and tender. On Thanksgiving Day, it is super easy to cook these ahead in the morning and put them into some cold water. And then right before serving, we can cook our buttery sauce and put them into there and warm them that way. To make our buttery sauce, we're going to start with some plant butter in our pan. And if you wanted to, you could use olive oil here if you would like. I'm going to add in some finely diced onions, and we're going to cook these until they're soft. It's going to take a few minutes. Once these are a little soft, you could add in some fresh garlic and some thyme. If you want to give a little nod to the classic green bean casserole, some diced mushrooms here would be really good if your family likes mushrooms. Let everything cook for a few minutes. If you've got mushrooms in here, you'll want to cook them until they start to give off some water. I'm not using any mushrooms today because my family is not a fan. But once you get that all cooked down, you can throw in your almonds, and that's going to give you a crunch. And you're going to want to cook those until they turn lightly browned. And that's also going to take another few minutes. Just for the record, these are a little browner than they should be. I got distracted by a phone call and they cooked too fast. So keep an eye on your almonds when you're cooking them. Let's put our green beans into the pan and toss it together with our buttery sauce. Make sure every green bean is completely covered with the flavorful sauce. And then once these green beans are warmed through, we are going to finish this with some lemon zest and also the juice from that lemon. It gives a nice, fresh, bright flavor to our Thanksgiving green beans. Stir that up, and these are ready to serve. They look beautiful, and they taste as good as they look. Next, it's time to tackle the cranberries with a sweet and tart cranberry relish. Most cranberry sauces are filled with lots of sugar, but we're sweetening ours with fruit. So instead of sugary, we're going fruity. And we're going to start with an entire bag of fresh cranberries. These are already washed and ready. We're going to dump these right into our food processor along with some dried apricots. If you don't have dried apricots, you can use raisins here, but I would use golden raisins or it's going to change the color of your relish. And we're just going to pulse those up until they're chopped pretty fine.
Chopping everything super fine is really the key to this recipe.
Now let's toss in an apple, a can of mandarin oranges that has been drained and rinsed, and a can of pineapple. I would usually use crushed pineapple here, but I ran out, so today I'm using slices, and we're pulsing it up anyway, so it's going to be fine to use the slices if that's all you have. And then I would like to add the zest of 2 oranges and the juice from one of those oranges. Let's go ahead and zest up this orange, and then we're going to add in the juice of an orange.
Here we are pulsing the food processor again. If you would let this just run, it would turn into a sauce, and that's not what we're looking for our chunky relish. The last thing we want to add is some toasted walnuts for some crunch, and let's stir those in.
Now we have a beautiful, sweet and tart cranberry relish that goes great with everything on our plate. No added sugar and no cooking involved, so it's great. Let's get started on the sweet potato casserole. We need to peel 3 large sweet potatoes. We are going to dice these up, and then we need to cook them until they're soft. You can either boil them or put them in the oven and roast them. I'm boiling mine, but you can always put them in the oven and roast them. When I was growing up, my mama always put marshmallows on top of our sweet potato casserole, but that was too sweet for me. So today I am making a savory version of sweet potato casserole, and our topping is going to be a crumble topping, starting with oats, toasted pecans, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of rosemary, thyme, and just a little bit of maple syrup. And then we need 2 tablespoons of plant butter. If you wanted to substitute olive oil for that, you could. It'll add a little bit different flavor, but it'll be tasty. Okay, that's it for our topping. We're going to set this aside until our potatoes are done and mashed. Sweet potatoes are cooked, and now we just want to mash those up. If you wanted to whip these like you did the mashed potatoes, you can do that, but it's not necessary with the sweet potatoes. To these mashed, we're going to add in about a half a cup of the no chicken broth. We're also going to add in some sage and a little bit of salt. Lastly, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of maple syrup. We're going to add our sweet potatoes to the pan. Now, I'm making a smaller batch today, so when you make this for Thanksgiving, this will be twice the size. Lastly, we are going to add our topping. This looks great. We're going to put it in the oven for about a half an hour. Sweet potatoes are really good. They're perfect for Thanksgiving. They have all the Thanksgiving flavors. But what's usually missing from a Thanksgiving table is something fresh. So let's reimagine those roasted Brussels sprouts and let's do a shaved Brussels sprout salad. And if you're thinking you don't like Brussels sprouts, well, you've probably never had them fresh like this. When they're sliced super thin, they're crisp and delicious. I have the slicing blade on my food processor. I'm going to shred these up. If you don't have a food processor, you can slice these with a knife. It'll just take a few minutes longer. Now that these are all shredded, we just need to mix up the dressing in our bowl. And this is a super easy dressing. It only has olive oil, lemon juice, a little maple syrup, a couple teaspoons of Dijon mustard. We're going to whisk that together right in this bowl. And once that's emulsified, we can toss in our shredded sprouts. We're going to add in some fresh cranberries and a little bit of salt, and that is our salad. Let's toss that together, and it's light and it's crunchy.
Okay, I was wrong. I forgot about the vegan Parmesan cheese. That is the key ingredient to making this delicious.
One great thing about this salad is you can make it in the morning, even with the dressing, and let it sit for several hours, and it'll soften up a little bit and make a really tasty salad for your whole meal. Everything's ready to go. We have our green beans, our cranberries, our sweet potatoes, and our Brussels sprouts, and it smells like Thanksgiving in here. I hope you've been following our Thanksgiving series where we have made a delicious apple and sage sausage stuffing, and we stuffed that inside of a delicious vegetarian turkey roast. We made mashed potatoes and gravy to go with that. Now we've made our sides, and the next thing we're going to make are Thanksgiving desserts, and you are not going to want to miss that. So check out this video right here.